Welcome to Brandon Queen Photography, first inaugural episode of Chatting with the Clients. With me, I have Miss Chiaki Brooks. Good afternoon, Miss Chiaki. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. So, go ahead and tell us what kind of business do you own here in Thibodeau?
I own and operate an e-commerce dessert bakery, Sheet Cakes and Confections by Chiaki here in Thibodeau.
Nice. So, what inspired you to start your own bakery?
Well, initially I began baking as a hobby for family and friends. I soon realized that I possessed some real talent, a gift for creating edible works of art. They soon became centerpieces of family functions and gatherings. And because I'm also an educator, in my daily routine, I am empowering students to shoot for the moon. So I decided to take my own advice and shoot for the moon instead of just having it as a hobby. I decided to pursue it as a business.
Cool. So, what are some of the steps you did or took in starting your own business?
In starting my own business, as mentioned before, initially it was perfecting my skill, and I did that by creating cakes for family and friends, asking them to challenge me with each new creation or work of art. Then there's the licensing and all of the logistics behind actually becoming a legal business. And there are taxes and all that other good stuff like that.
Okay, let's talk about your branding. How did that come about? Your logo, business cards?
My branding is a work in progress. And initially, I had this idea of what I want people to see or associate Sheet Cakes and Confections with. Something clean, something classy, and something of great quality. And in coming up with my logo, after speaking with several graphic designers, it seems like nothing was a great fit. But I came into contact with Brandon of Brandon Queen Photography because he is an acquaintance of my friend. Of my husband. I had no knowledge of him prior to. But my husband assured me that this guy can get the job done, and being that I am very particular. And initially, the logo I put together was something I pieced together on my own. It was horrible. And Brandon didn't hesitate to tell me it was horrible. But he took my ideas, my vision, and he was able to craft it into the visible work of art that I have today for my logo to represent my business.
Awesome, awesome. So, what are you hoping will become of this project or of our partnership?
Well, initially, as stated, I was looking for someone who could take my vision and create the logo that was a true representation of my products and of my business. So a quality logo was needed to create the visual representation, and Brandon went above and beyond with creating this visual. And because he basically has the blueprint to my brand at this time, I look forward to working with him in the future. We've created a partnership. So everything from creating t-shirts to mugs to finding the sources for vinyl prints and things like that, Brandon is my go-to person. Pamphlets, booklets, he is my go-to person. He is my brand ambassador.
I like that. So I know you kind of answered this question already. How did you hear about my services? How did you hear about Brandon Queen Photography?
Hearing about it would be exactly what it was. I was totally unaware of Brandon Queen's photography, his graphic design. I had no clue. So it was all based on my husband's trust in his work and his ability. As stated before, my husband had a long time acquaintance with Brandon. So he suggested Brandon to me after hearing me talk about the graphic designers that I had experiences with, the failed attempts at them trying to create my vision into the logo. And so after meeting Brandon, I was able to see some of his work samples, and his work samples provided evidence of his immaculate talent. So that's kind of how we began working together.
So when you met Brandon, which is me, by the way, how would you say that transaction happened? Was it easy? Was it a good transition for you?
Upon initially meeting Brandon, and I first presented him with the logo as I stated that I pieced together myself because I'm going to do it myself type of person. If I can't find someone to do it, and I'll do the best I could. Well, my best just wasn't good enough, and Brandon didn't hesitate to say, okay, we needed to work on this. And that's exactly what we did. So he's a straightforward type of guy. He is honest, but he is sincere, and his desire to have the best and the best for his clients, it was evident. So it was a good relationship starting from the beginning, our very first meeting.
Well, thank you. So, Miss Chiaki, go ahead and tell us, where are you heading with your business and what is your vision?
Okay. Speaking from the heart, I would like to see my business as a full functioning, full time bakery in Thibodeau. Actually, I would like to have my company providing to most of the households in Thibodeau. One of a household name. When you see my logo, you associate it with quality. You associate it with an experience that's not offered anywhere else. That's my vision for Sheet Cakes and Confections. I also see my jump or leap of faith in the bakery taking me out of the classroom. That's what I see.
All right. Well, could you see yourself actually educating other people to bake?
Oh, definitely. I am an innate teacher. So even deciding to pursue the idea of being a bakery, because I am an educator. I mean, it's my craft. It's what I have went to school for, and I'm a baker. Um, it started as a hobby, but it's a gift. It's a talent. So in pursuing the talent and just trusting God and where He's gonna lead. So that's what my bakery experience has been about. It's a trust and it's a faith walk for me. And
So, can you tell everyone, why do you do what you do?
one of the reasons why I do what I do is because I like to see the joy and the happiness on people's face when they actually see a product where they've spoken to me about their vision, or they've told me about the person, the mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, that they want to create this edible work of art for. And just to see the expression on their face that I have went above and beyond their expectations. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do. Another reason why I do what I do is because it is, as mentioned before, it's a faith walk for me. It's trusting God and seeing where He's going to take me. Where is this business going to lead? What doors will be open? So it's a journey. Every cake leads me further along my journey. Um, that's why I do what I do.
Huh, I like it. That's very inspirational. Too. Can you use 5 descriptive words to define the values you want to communicate about your company?
Sure. Integrity, accountability, diligence, perseverance, and quality.
Well, I can definitely vouch for quality and perseverance and the diligence. Yeah, I could vouch for those. All right, so why don't you go ahead and tell us, what are some things you have never tried yet to master?
It would be French macarons.
What is that?
It's like a French pastry cookie type. It's made from almond flour, but there's a method to the madness. Like, it's really delicate in making sure they come out right. So I haven't actually tackled that, but that's next on the list. And my husband, my son, is always asking me to make some scone or Danish or pastry of that sort. But that's not something that I've spent a lot of time doing, but it is in the near future.
Cool. Okay, now this is an off the wall question. I had to know because, if I'm going to start baking, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot of cracks in my cake. What is the best way to prepare a cracked cake?
To prepare, and I have had a few of those, and they used to frighten me in the beginning, but now I just take it as it comes. I don't get too many that often, but if you have a cracked cake, anything remaining in the pan, you want to allow it to cool, and then remove it using a spatula, and you can either place it back into the holes or craters that are left in your cake, and you want to use your icing kind of like a spackle to smooth it over. But you have to ensure the cake is cool and settled so you don't crumble the whole thing.
Oh, that's interesting. I would probably crumble the whole cake. All right, so why should customers choose Chic Cakes and Confections by Chiaki?
Well, customers should choose Chic Cakes and Confections by Chiaki because they deserve to receive quality customer service and products. Choosing a chic product ensures that customers are receiving edible works of art that encompass their vision, my time, talent, and quality resources. I consider my customers to be friends, and they deserve the best.
That's a good, I like that. That's good. So, for a guy like me that doesn't like to cook, doesn't like to bake, would probably burn every brownie he tried to make, what is some baking advice you would give someone who wants to bake their own pastries?
Find a good recipe, and basic is follow directions. It's simple as following directions, making sure you have the correct measurements, read over the recipe beforehand before you actually begin putting things together. Just read through the recipe, make sure you understand what it wants you to do, setting the correct oven temperatures, and then just follow the directions. Once you gather all your ingredients, follow the directions and put everything together. And you can't go wrong if you follow the directions.
Is it okay if we add just a little bit more sugar than we were supposed to?
Was it in the directions?
But can we?
I would suggest once you get a hang of following the directions and actually coming out with the product you were actually supposed to have, then you could begin adjusting the recipe as you feel the need to. But you just said you burn everything, so I would suggest you follow the directions.
All right. Okay, Ms. Chic. Thank you so much, Ms. Chiaki. Thank you for your time. So if a person wants to follow you, are you on any social media platforms?
Yes, I am on Facebook and Instagram. My handle is @Chic by Chiaki. If you have any questions or want to contact me, you can email me at chicbychiaki@gmail.com, or you can call me at 985-413-3220 to place an order or get a quote.
Now, I am also under the impression that you are coming up on your 1-year anniversary.
Yes. We have been in business, not hobby, but we've been in business for 1 year now. So that's something to be very proud of. And I'm looking for lots of expansion and many more doors and opportunities to be in our future.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. What is something that is like just happening for your business? Like, what did you do recently?
Oh, we took a leap. And we are currently on Waiter, the Waiter app. So Monday through Friday, you can find a delectable selection of treats, from cupcakes to, I have a line of signature bundt cakes as well as cake jars. And I'll be coming out with more items. I'm not gonna spill the beans on that. I'll be coming out with more items in the near future. But between the hours of 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. you can order on Waiter and have it delivered to your job or home, whatever your preference is.
That is phenomenal. All right, everybody. That is Miss Chiaki Brooks with Chic by Chiaki Cakes and Confections. Thank you so much for your time.